Jade. I'm a Some Voices leader on a Tuesday at Waterloo, and I'm going to be talking to you today about how you can find your alto voice. I'm a professional singer and session musician that started life as an opera singer, and now I do all sorts of genres, from blues to rock to pop to soul to dance. So whatever the client needs or whatever project I fancy getting involved with. I've mentioned this to you so that you know that my experience is coming from different viewpoints, and that I'll be talking about my voice from those different viewpoints. And what I mean by that is, if I'm singing classical song, I am normally a lyrical soprano, meaning my head voice, or the top range of my voice, is very clean and clear, and I feel very in control of it. In the classical world, we generally just use those ranges, our chest and our head voice. And you may hear these terminologies and not know what they mean. What they actually mean is really, really simple. Just like a guitar body, those wooden guitar bodies like that has a big hole, which you could think is our mouth. Our body is that guitar body when we're singing low. The sounds are being reverberated around my chest area. So that means I'm singing with my chest voice, okay? Now, it's our one voice, it's not two separate voices, chest and head, but they are different areas, in meaning that when I sing up here, I'm actually reverberating the sound around my skull or my head. So that's why we call it our head voice. And in classical music, these are generally the ranges that we use. But in some voices, we use a little bit more than that, because we're using our modern techniques and our modern tones. So what that means is we're bringing our mixed voice and our belt range in. Now, the best way to explain a belt range is Aretha Franklin. She is the queen of belting. All you have to do is have a little listen of her. But belting is bringing that power and that space of the chest voice up into our break point and up into our head voice. So between your chest voice and your head voice, there is an in-between point that we all like to call our break point, meaning it's the area of our voice that we feel we need to change gear, or something needs to change for us to be able to carry on singing. And this is our break area. It normally means you need to make the decision of, am I going to stay in my chest voice, or am I now going to flick into my lighter feeling head voice? Okay, so another thing to think about with your break point is that it changes day to day, depending whether you feel tired, whether you've got allergies, if you've warmed up, if you've been doing a lot of singing or not. And it also, for ladies out there, and I suppose for men as well, our hormones affect us, so that can make our voices drop sometimes, or it can affect our break range. So just always keep in your head that you are a human and your body is your instrument, and it's changing all the time, and you have to be sympathetic towards that. Now, I would say in general, if you're a soprano, you've got like a higher break point or a higher belt range as well. If you're an alto, your break point is normally in the middle to lower end, and your belt range is in a similar range as well. Okay, and the belt voice is that big powerful voice that you hear that's being taken into our break point and into our head. Okay, that's quite complicated. If you don't know what I'm talking about, and that's fine, I'm going to demonstrate the sound of my head voice going into my break, going into the chest. So I'm going to start quite high on an ah, and I want you to do this after me as well, so you can explore your voice and control the sound from top all the way down to the bottom. So I'm going to go ah. Oh. I'm going to see if I can do it even slower this time, so I can really feel those different areas of my voice. And this time I'm going to speak high, and if I go, hi, how are you? Then I can speak high, then I can aim high when I'm singing. So after 3, 1, 2, 3, and I, oh. Did you feel an area of your voice kind of shift in areas and you had to change how you used your breath or your air pressure or how you placed your voice or where it was coming from, that usually is an indicator of that's where your break range is. Let's do it again one more time. This time thinking really high, say hello, and that's where you're going to start from after 3. 1, 2, 3, and a excellent. Right, let's see if you're comfortable quite low. Now, everybody is so individual, so these aren't rules. You could sing very, very low and be able to sing very, very high. And if you're one of those lucky people with a huge range, then I think the choice is up to you. I think most people with a huge range choose what voice part they're doing depending on where their break point is. So for me, in modern music, I like alto parts because I'm most comfortable in that break area. In classical music, I really like singing the soprano parts because I feel really connected to that head voice. Okay, so if you're an alto too, you can sing quite low. And when altos generally can sing quite low, but alto twos particularly are quite near where the tenor line would sing. So this is quite low, very low. I'm going to start. This is what a tenor would be singing. Can you reach that low? And let's glide upwards, up an octave like this. Back down. Let's do it again. Starting low and gliding. In fact, we think of sliding across. If you're finding it quite hard to reach down that bottom there, I would say then you're definitely not going to be able to sing a tenor line, and maybe you're not as low as an alto too. Let's just go up a little bit. The same thing again, okay. 2, 3, and a Now, if you hit that note, you're definitely in an alto range. If you can't hit down here and you're finding it out of control and that you're not able to control your air pressure or your sound, then maybe you're not an alto, or an alto part wouldn't be so good for you. Let's go up a little bit more and let's do some more gliding on an R again. Imagine you're pulling a rope this time. 1, 2, 3, and a Now as you're going up into there, you might find that your voice is having to shift where it's going. Maybe this is our break point. Let's do 2 more. 1, 2, 3, and a Next one. 1, 2, 3, and a If you found these ranges around these areas okay to sing, you felt in control, that normally means that the alto part is going to be okay for you. Or maybe you're a lucky soprano that can get down there as well. Okay, this is my next exercise and it's called hellos. And this is designed to connect your head voice or your head area of your voice to your chest voice. And we're going to think about the word hello, which has 2 syllables to say it. And in those syllables, there are 2 open vowels. And in this case, it's o, hello. And that's what we're thinking about. The of hello is going to be in our eyes on a tiny little string that we're plucking here. And then the O is on a big round rope that we're pulling into our stomach. Oh. Hello. Hopefully you're not pushing any air out, or if you notice you're going hello, see if you can pull your sound in rather than pushing it out like that, okay? Because if we're pushing air out, we're letting all our support go and we're not going to be able to sing quite as well. Okay, so let's start a little bit low. hello. That's where we're starting from. Tiny, big and round. 1, 2, 3, and hello. Hello. Here because this is normally the upper part of the alto break range, the very upper part of an alto's break range, okay? So if you're finding this is a struggle in this part, this is normally because this is your break voice and you need to make the decision to sing through your head voice or allow that sound to reverberate in your head. So we like to think about pulling that little tiny string through the eyes. Hello. Now see if we can keep going up. If you can keep going up with relative ease and control at the top, then maybe try the soprano video and see if that's comfortable for you to sing. If you're really struggling and tightening, it doesn't necessarily mean you can't sing at the top. It might mean that you're preventing yourself through thought of reaching for the note rather than stepping on to the note. And also, when most people feel their break point and don't know that it's their break point, they feel this is the end of their voice and they can't sing any further or past that point, okay? So this is where we just did this. Hello. That was our last one. We're going to carry on from there, up a few, and see if we can do the top range. And if you're really enjoying that top range, like I say, check out the soprano video and see what that one does for you. 1, 2, 3, and hello. You could go on, then you're probably a soprano. If that was quite a lot of energy and a lot of effort at the top, or if you couldn't even get your voice out at the top up there, then maybe let's stick to this alto range for now and see how you feel. We're going to do one more exercise in which you get the opportunity to really feel your voice running from one area up into your next, and let's see if we can connect the two, that chest through the break to the head, and let's figure it out together. I'm going to indicate when my break point starts because I, as an alto, you might find that helpful for yourself, but again, everybody's individual, so my break point might be different to another alto's break point, okay? I'm going to start down here and I'm going to do an ah, and this time I'm going to pull it in and glide like this. Ah. I'm doing ah because it's nice and open and it really shows if we can slide between different areas of our voice. So after 3, 1, 2, 3, and ah. Break. Ah, the note, the one before it, ah, I'm still connecting in my chest. On the next one, I'm now going to do my belt, which means I'm not going to go to my head voice. This is the decision-making part of my break point. So this is me just going to my head. Ah, hear that quality of the head voice? And now I'm going to belt that. Ah, Notice it's the same shape and space and area as the chest voice being brought up into my head range instead of letting go of that chest voice and then moving up to my head. So I'll do it again. This is with going to my head. Ah, this is my belt. Ah, if you can belt there, that means you're still possibly an alto, but you possibly could be a soprano as well. Let's go. Let's see if we can do it chest to head. 1, 2, 3. Can we belt it? 1, 2, 3. Now this is right on the edge of my belt range. Maybe you can go higher with your belt, but I'm going to switch to head for this one. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 and a I'm going to try my belt there. I've just done it the head. I'm going to try my belt range there. This is on the very edge, so I might feel a bit tense and tight, and if that's happening, I'm going to think of yawning and relaxing. Yep, today I'm kind of getting up there, but our next note, I'm just going up into my head because this is the end of my belt range as an alto, so I switch to my head voice here. If you can belt up here, you're probably a soprano, and that's amazing that you've got such a big high belt range. If you can't belt up here, don't worry, see if you can use your head voice, because that's still got a beautiful tone to it and we're still hitting those notes. So let's go. After 3, 1, 2, 3 and a 2 more. If you found that quite easy in your head voice, that's awesome. Maybe we've unlocked your head voice range and maybe you can reach up to sopranos. If you can belt up there, that's absolutely incredible, and I would definitely check the soprano video out. If you couldn't hit any of those top notes and were finding it really difficult, again, I'm not going to say to you that you can't sing up there. Maybe you got to your break point and you weren't letting your voice travel to the right area to produce that sound. Or maybe genuinely you don't have that range, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're so unique and beautiful and individual as instruments that we should celebrate what we do have. So if you've got a nice low rich range between here, you're probably an alto. If you can carry on, you're probably a soprano. I hope this video has been of some use to you and has helped you explore the different areas of your voice and helped you decide what you think you could be. And remember that it's all about self-exploration. I would really advise changing different parts. If you're not sure whether you're in A2 and A1, why not try out both? And then if it's such a big difference, you don't know whether you're an alto or soprano, I would definitely try out those different voice parts. And just know that A2 is that lower range of the alto and the S1 is the very top of the soprano. So you could be somewhere in the middle. You might be an A1 or an S2 because those breakpoint ranges are very, very similar. And remember, your voice changes every day. Every day you wake up, and throughout the day it changes as well. So be kind to yourself, have fun, and don't worry about the mistakes ever.